Here. Hold on, y'all. Amen. Yep. Start. All right. So today I'm gonna be answering two more Reddit questions. Uh, this one's gonna be called. Hold on. Something. All right. If you're watching on Instagram, go to my Twitch. It should be in the chat. Twitch and YouTube because I don't know how to display the questions on the screen. So first question is says I want to be a better Christian, but lust holds me back. It says 19M. That means 19 male. It says lust is my biggest sin. I've tried to overcome it so many times this year, and yet it always comes back or came back. I had a few good runs without it for a longer period of time, but it still came back. I have no idea how I should deal with it. I have established such a good relationship with God this year, and I wanted to end this year leaving that sin behind. I really don't know how to overcome it. So now this, I'm gonna go ahead and give this disclaimer. There is no such thing as a good Christian. Okay, there is no such thing as a good Christian. All right, and the reason why I say this is because if there is a such thing as a good Christian, everybody will be. I guess that would place people at odds with each other. They would try to, I guess, compete with one another, if that makes sense. Because if people were trying to become a good Christian, that would, you know what I mean? Like this would spark some type of rivalry. So I'm gonna say that there is no such thing as being a better Christian. What you can be better at though is your relationship with God. That's how I would view it. Instead of you trying to be a better Christian, I would say, how can I have a better relationship with God, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what Christianity is. It's you having a relationship with Jesus. It's not a religion, right? So it says, I want to be a better Christian, but lust holds me back. 19M, lust is my biggest sin. I've tried to overcome it so many times this year, and yet it always came back. I had a few good runs without it for a longer period of time, but it still came back. I have no idea how should I deal with it. I have established such a good relationship with God this year, and I wanted to end it in this year, leaving that sin behind. I really don't know how to behind it, how to overcome it. One thing, one practical tip that I will that I learned from Gerald Flowers is that when you walk by other women or like you feel lust starting to rage, one thing that he said is that when women would walk by, he would hold his head down, exactly like that. So, say for instance, a woman and she carrying something. I'll say the least. She carrying something. What one thing that I learned from him, he said, just walk by them with your head down. All right. So, and also another way you can view it, because I, I've, I forgot who said this, but we all have everybody in the faith. We all have the same father. We all have the same father. So that must means that we're brothers and sisters in Christ in the faith. So the way that you can view this situation is view this as your brother or sister. I don't know if this is a male, but it is a male. So view your sisters in Christ as a, yeah, as a sister, even though it's not blood sister. View them as a sister. So that's another way that you can, that's a practical way you can overcome lust as a Christian. All right. So just to recap, two ways, like Jeff Flowers said, when you walk by a sister, hold your head down. That's if the lust is like strong, where you can't keep your head up without you feeling something. Yeah, I would say start off with that. Yes, start off with that. Then the second way is start to view your sisters in Christ like sisters in the faith as your actual sister. So then that's very less likely to fall into lust. So that's two ways. If I have another answer, let me see. You're saying, but it still came back. Don't don't beat yourself up over the head every time you fall down, because know that this is a marathon, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. All right. So don't think that it's the end all be all, because I fell into that pattern before. When I fell down or I slipped up, you know, that can lead to you feeling bad and then like wanting to stay in a rut. But like I said, this is a marathon and not a sprint. So just keep on getting back up, because Proverb says a righteous man falls 7 times. If you think about it, when somebody falls, they don't stay in that same spot. All right, but what do? They get right back up. I heard that from somebody else. I forgot who said it though. Bill, when you fall back down, I think I heard that from Kevin L.A. Ewing. But yeah, when you fall back down, don't like you don't stay down when you fall. Like you get right back up. All right. So it says, I have no idea how should I deal with it. I have established such a good relationship with God. That's good. This year, and I wanted to end this year leaving that sin behind. I don't know how to overcome it. Practice, practice, and practice. Because nobody is really a failure. Failure, only time somebody's a failure is when they stop striving to overcome something. But the more you get some practice reps with it, then you start, because that's how you build confidence as well. The more you practice, the more your confidence starts to build up, you know, then ultimately you overcome it. All right. I must say this though in closing for this question. Matthew 17, verse 21. Let me pull it up real quick. It says, I'll pull it up right here. Hold on. Matthew 17, KJ1, King James Version. It says, Howbeit this kind goeth, it says, Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. So the kind that Jesus was speaking about, howbeit this kind only go out by prayer and fasting, is